What? And there's a Lafroig up there. Son of a bitch.
Just give up. We're done. She wins.
We quit.
She wins. Emma says it's Lafroig. That's the quintessential Isla.
What was on the other one?
So I may have. No.
Oh, Redbreast. We took Redbreast
Yeah.
for a part of the shoot yesterday.
I may have.
And did you take it home?
No, I didn't take it home.
You took it. It's not here.
I didn't take it.
You totally took the Redbreast.
Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
Rex, and
This is a gift from Shawn Walters.
Shawn Walters, you may give it.
Bastard.
I feel. I've never dropped a bottle, but I feel like it's close.
Ooh.
I'm feeling it's heavy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a thick boy.
And it's got the weird, like, can't get a good grip except for right here, and that's that's tough.
Yeah. It's got a little short stack on.
So we know these guys. We are.
That's 2 inches thick. You seen the base on this? You see that?
Yeah, that's serious. We know these guys. We're in the association with these guys.
With that.
We've shot videos with Heather.
Yep.
Who is the Green of Milam and Greene.
So we have a personal relationship. We don't have any kind of financial relationship. As always, we try and be as fair and objective as possible. And more often than not, I'm trying to look for things to crap on because I know them, and it's fun for me to crap on people that I know. How you doing?
Yeah.
You feeling good?
Feeling thin.
Just wait. Feeling. Oh, that was.
Took you a second.
Wait. Yeah. Whatever do you mean, Daniel?
I don't know. Whatever you mean.
Are you presenting? Looks like you're presenting. And we're back.
Okay, so
You just kept going to that well.
yeah, I really did. This is cool. Now I like this.
Are they making or sourcing?
Both. This is Heather's work, right? Well, it's all of their work, but this is the product of them deciding they wanted to go down the path of transparent blending.
Okay.
So this has in it 3-year-old Tennessee bourbon,
Yeah.
11-year-old Tennessee bourbon, and 2-year-old Texas whiskey that they made.
Okay.
Right? Now, Heather said she put in the 3-year-old Tennessee for that silky richness, 11-year-old for the strong backbone of oak and wood, and the 2-year-old Texas whiskey for the spice and pop.
I'll be the judge of that. I'm getting like a toasted walnut oakiness. And then, so already I'm saying we're not coloring far outside the lines of the category.
No, this is a quintessential classic category.
There's traditional flavors.
It is a little bit of a coconut note for me.
Coconut? What are you doing, coconut? What are you doing?
Like toasted coconut.
I say it's more of a toasted walnut, but okay. Anyways.
No, I also agree with that too.
Okay. Yeah.
But there's
And
this
then-
like sweetness that's almost creamy.
And there's like the ethanol vanilla cherry, because the ethanol's present for me on the nose. It's mixed in with like an alcoholic vanilla cherry on the nose. Mm-hmm. And then the oakiness and some tea. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of what I get from like Tickle. I don't know what Tennessee bourbon they're using, but I'm looking for what Texas brought to the table in this.
And that was the young Texas, the 2-year. But 2 years more than enough time to get something dark and rich.
94 proof. 47%.
You know what jumps out on the taste for me? Front-leading flavor. It's that cherry note, man.
See, I didn't get the cherry note. What jumped out, but what happened for me was
It's almost
the front flavor vanished real quick and then swelled into this kind of tannic, waxy walnut
it's
ending.
an artificial kind of like getting towards maraschino cherry, but a little bit more tannic than that. Tannin?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
The tannin is what caught me at first.
Yeah.
So you got caught by the first flush of flavors.
Like a tannic maraschino cherry.
Yeah, and I got caught by that finish that just went like thin and then shoof out into wood tannin and almost herbal notes. That's interesting.
Let me see. I think it's well done. It's traditional. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel, right?
Yeah.
At this point, I become very excited very quickly about things that feel like they're unique, they're different, they have layering of flavors that I don't often find. I have experienced all of these flavors many, many, many times before, but it's well executed. If you just like what the category does more often than not, then you're going to like that.
You know what's interesting is it does drink like a blended Scotch in its, not its flavor, but in its mouthfeel presentation.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is a blended Scotch often has like a first blush of butterscotch or sweetness, and then it has this thinner than normal mid palate. I think because of the blending process.
Okay.
And then it finishes with something like if it's Johnny Walker, will finish with like a little ashy black pepper.
So
right?
Here's the situation. I get what you're saying, but there's like a dozen different ways to misinterpret what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think the key issue is
Doesn't taste like Scotch.
not those flavors.
No.
But that experience. And
Yes.
the thing where I kind of started to lean in your direction is the mid-palate thinness. It does get a little thin in the mid-palate there. The biggest moments are right at the front, and then that finish that trails off for a while.
Yeah, I think if you spread it around a little bit, that mid palate sort of fills out. But I would have looked for the Texas to fill out that middle a little more than it is.
So
This is Dickel.
okay,
Actual Dickel.
I'm not sure what the Texas.
Nothing like that.
I'm not sure what the Texas is bringing to the party here, but it's very recognizable to me as offerings from Kentucky and Tennessee. And do we know what proportions those things are blended in?
No.
No? Okay.
I think it's really pretty. But I do wish that I'm looking for that rich Texas molassesy kind of thing to fill things out. And I don't think it quite got there.
I think, for me, it feels like you're aiming right over home plate, and this is maybe unfair, but it feels like for one of our first bottlings that has our stuff, I want to make sure we're playing it safe and we're not getting too funky or weird. It feels like it was, it's a sure bet. For
it's definitely a sure bet.
It's a sure bet, and they're not trying to make any kind of waves in like new, unique, weird, interesting flavors or finishes. Or
Now, upstairs, at some point, we're going to get the chance to taste a bottle of just their whiskey they made.
Oh,
I have a bottle.
Oh.
But it was sent by them.
Okay.
And it's going to be a while before we get to it.
There's no distribution or
So
whatever.
at that point, and I can tell you, I tried it with Heather.
Right.
It is very different than this.
Okay, so if you like bourbon as a category and what you often get in there, you are going to be well served by that.
Yeah.
What did you try?
I added a little water, and this sort of like herbal tannic note moved into the middle instead of the finish.
Yeah. We have Jacob Phelps. Has anyone else absolutely loved the first sip out of a bottle, but the more they drink it, the worse it gets?
Have you ever had a whiskey like that?
Interesting.
I've had whiskeys we tried on the show that because of context, I thought, oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Right.
And then later I went back to it and I was like, oh, no.
No, and I
don't like that.
Well, I've had vice versa too. Where the first approach we're getting in it, it's like, it's not the right home about, and then for whatever reason, months later, you get into it, and I mean, and very often that can be contributed to what have you eaten or had to eat recently.
Yeah, for us, what did we review right before that?
Right. We try to give ourselves some sips of water, a meaningful enough time between these tastings from episode to episode.
There's an hour and a half between every video we shoot where Rex's masseuse team comes in. They take care of him.
Oh, real quick.
Little fanning action.
So my cousin's in town, and he's got these fold-out lawn chairs outside of his trailer, and I didn't want to get up.
Is that comfortable?
No, hold on. This is how rednecky I am, because I'm leaning back in the chair, and it hits me on both sides. They have these you unfold it, and they have these little
knobs.
Holes, the knobs, and right in there.
Oh, and so you're it's giving you an impromptu muscle.
Yeah, apparently my muscles are so massive and dense and tight that just finding that right spot, just working it out. So I have that range of motion for my battles.
Dense?
Was good.
And tight?
Dense and tight and massive.
I think I might need to get you a
Joe Kimpton. Hi, all you magnificent bastards. Super new to the community and to whiskey in general. Used to be a rum guy. Be gentle.
No, I'm actually tasting out rums these days.
If you have enough whiskey, everything's gentle.
Oh, Jesus.
How do you get past the strong alcohol taste when sipping neat to find these elusive notes and flavors? At the moment, I'm enjoying my different whiskeys with Coke. I know the horror. How could you? LOL. I can taste clear difference between them and would like to be able to do that neat. Any suggestions?
Yeah, so we're starting to get a lot of these again. New people finding us and haven't seen all these recommendations. But as always, our recommendation, especially if you're used to drinking it with Coke, you're used to drinking it cold. So maybe just start by putting it on a chunk of ice.
One big block.
Yep.
And that'll be
start there.
And that'll be an interesting journey because it's going to tamp down a lot of the heat, a lot of the bite, and also it's going to give you, as that ice starts to melt, it's going to present different flavors. Some are going to get diluted, some are going to remain at the forefront. So that's going to be a way to acclimate. And you can go with more, less and less ice over time, kind of sneak your way towards a neat pour. There's no rule that says you absolutely have to be doing a neat pour. I mean, you drink it the way you want to drink it, but if you want to get like the truest sense of what's in that bottle and really go exploring, then there's no beating an unadulterated neat pour. But at your own pace, man.
Yeah.
Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, a fight for a friend.
You steal, may you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink,
may you drink with us.